Before I start my discussion, let me introduce myself first. I'm Jocelyn Masungsong, and what I've learned about in pricing strategy in this semester is price discrimination. So, what is price discrimination? Price discrimination is a selling strategy that charges customers different prices for the same product or service based on what the seller thinks they can get the customer to agree to. So, a selling tactic known as a price discrimination involves charging clients various rates for the same good or service depending on what the vendor believes they can persuade the customer accept. When a merchant uses pure discrimination, they charge each consumer the highest price they will agree to. In more prevalent types of price discrimination, the supplier divides clients into groups based on particular characteristics and assesses a different price to each group. Understanding price discrimination is practiced based on the seller's belief that customers in certain groups can be asked to pay or less based on a certain demographic or on how they value the product or service in question. Price discrimination is most beneficial when the profit gain from separating the markets exceeds the profit gain from maintaining the united markets. The related elasticities of demand in the submarkets determine whether price discrimination is effective and how long the various groups are willing to pay different prices for the same commodity. With price discrimination, the company looking to make the sales identify different market segments, such as domestic and industrial users, with different price elasticities. Market must be kept separate by time, physical distance, and nature of use. So, for example, educational institution can purchase the Microsoft Office Schools edition for less money than other customers. The marketplace cannot cross over such that buyers in the elastic submarket cannot resell in the inelastic submarket for a greater price. To increase the effectiveness of pricing discrimination, the corporation must also possess monopoly power. There are three types of price discrimination: first-degree price discrimination, second-degree price discrimination, and third-degree price discrimination. First-degree price discrimination. First-degree price discrimination occurs when a business charges the maximum possible price for each unit consumed. Because prices vary among units, the firm captures all available consumer surplus for itself or the economic surplus. Many industries involving client services practice first-degree price discrimination, where a company charges a different price for every good or service. So, in the first degree, you allow customers to pay for the product as much as they want. A textbook is an example of first-degree price discrimination is eBay. Customers are bidding on product prices, and the more they are willing to pay, the higher the final cost of the product is. First-degree price discrimination occurs when a business charges the maximum possible price for each unit consumed. Because prices vary among units, the firm captures all available consumer surplus for itself or the economic surplus. Many industries involving client services practice first-degree price discrimination, where a company charges a different price for every good or service. So, in the first degree, you allow customers to pay for the product as much as they want. A textbook is an example of first-degree price discrimination is eBay. Customers are bidding on product prices, and the more they are willing to pay, the higher the final cost of the product is. Second-degree price discrimination occurs when a company charges a different price for different quantities consumed, such as quantity discounts on book purchases. So here, prices are based on the quantity of purchased products. In short, the more products you buy, the per unit cost is lower. This is how wholesaling and book discounts work. So, the third degree price discrimination occurs when a company charges a different consumer groups. So, when it comes to third degree price discrimination, sellers segment their customer base on specific attributes and behaviors. A typical example is an airline website that can show you other fly different prices of the same flight based on your previous searches and availability of seats. Different examples of price discrimination. First is airlines. The airline industry is a classic example of price discrimination. They charge higher prices to last-minute consumers who are desperate to get the last seat. By contrast, consumers who book months in advance benefit from lower prices. Not only does the airline benefit from the cash payment upfront, but also from the certainty that their seats will be filled. So, second is buses. In most countries, children and senior citizens either receive bus journeys for free or at a discounted rate. So, third is coupons. Generally sent out to increase purchasing and encourage more price-sensitive customers. With the amount of data available in today's age, supermarkets can accurately price discriminate by sending coupons to expecting mothers or new homeowners. So fourth is cinema. The cinema is another classic example of price discrimination that has been around for years. Adults get charged the highest, with seniors and children receiving lower rates. In addition, some cinemas offer 2-or-1 deals on certain midweek days to attract more price-sensitive consumers to come during non-peak hours.